Chris, I know you said recently, if when that contract's put on the table, you'll be the happiest person in the room, and there you have, just signed it now, and you must be happy.
Yeah, really happy. It's always nice to get things sorted and your future, sorted out for the next couple of years, and yeah, really pleased, and not that I wasn't before, but it just pushed to bed any sort of doubt, and you can look forward now to the next couple of years, like I say, and focus on football.
You spoke as well at the same time about the kind of plus sides, if you like, of sort of stability that maybe people don't always think about when it comes to footballers. And you, like you say, you haven't flitted around between lots of different clubs, have you? You've been you've had a couple of long spells.
Yeah, and I think that's important. You join a club, you have to try and buy into where you are. I don't think I'll ever be a player that will enjoy moving from club to club every year or two, because I think it's important that you really get to know where you are, and if you lead a sort of a stable life off the pitch, then that allows you come a Saturday afternoon to perform at your best, and yeah, I've had a really good couple of years here, 3 years and counting now. I'm pleased that, like I say, I can look forward to another couple at least, and hopefully have some more good memories.
It can't harm that when you kind of build friendships off the pitch too, and I guess that's what's been happening over the last few years here.
Yeah, obviously notably you're probably referring to G, but yeah, it's important, and in football things change daily, and players come and go. I don't think there's probably not that many players from when I first joined now 3.5 years ago, but that is football, and things do change, but it's nice, I think, for fans and people around the club when you see players that stay for a long length of time. On the weekend was my 150th start for the club, and you take great pride in that, and you're a footballer to play games and to turn up every Saturday and Tuesday night and play, and I'd like to think the club have got some good value out of me, and I've certainly got value out of the club as well. So like I say, hopefully over the next 2 years and counting, that I can produce some more good games for the club, and we can have a successful time.
You mentioned 150 starts, one more as a sub. I mean, as you say that, and I think you've, if I remember rightly, you've played every minute of this season, albeit I think you were sub. Well, you didn't come off against Hull, did you? You just you had a knock, but they weren't used all the subs. So that's good too, isn't it? You've been so heavily involved in the first team.
Yeah, and I think that's one of my strengths. I am quite fortunate that I can probably replicate my sort of physical performance, in every game, and I think it does help slightly the way I'm built. I can do that, and yeah, I take great pride in being available for as many games and training sessions as possible, and I think that is part of, like I say, when you join the club, you're a footballer, that's what you get paid to do, so as much as you want to be available, and making sure you play as many games as possible, and on the weekend was a real good achievement, I think, for myself in quite a short space of time, and here's to another sort of 150 or so. Yeah.
You mentioned the fans already. When you can't fail to see the "Give Gunter a contract" hashtag that was going around on Twitter. Must be nice, must be quite flattering when fans appreciate what you're doing for this club.
Yeah, I sometimes take, especially Twitter and social media, with a pinch of salt. I think there's a lot of stuff on there that is probably best to stay away from, but when you get positive sort of messages, and obviously you walk into and from your car on a match day and stuff like that, it's nice, and any player that would say that fan support isn't important would be lying. So the fans have been fantastic with me when I've been here. Like I say, hopefully they feel that they've had some decent value out of myself, and because I certainly feel that in the opposite direction. So I'll continue to turn up and perform for them and give my best, and if that's one thing that the day I leave this football club, the fans can turn around and say, what did Chris Gunter give you as a player? And they'll say, give every single game you knew what you was going to get from him, then I'll leave this club a happy man.
Well, I think you also said, you saying at the time, you'll never give anyone the ammunition to say that you haven't tried, and I think that's probably what endears you to fans as well. Yeah,
and unless you're Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't think no player can guarantee the quality of performance from week to week. you can try, but the one thing you can control as a player is the effort you give and the attitude, not just on a Saturday what fans see, but through the week. And I think a massive part of being a footballer is through the week, the preparation you put in and the life you lead, and yeah, I think it's massively important, and I would never, like you say, give anyone any sort of ammunition to label at me that they come to watch Reading when I was in the team and I didn't give my all. And if you do that, and you then rely on your quality as a player, then hopefully it's a formula that will work.
And finally as well, you mentioned it gives you the chance to just think about your football now. It puts to bed any sort of talk of your contract. So all you'll be thinking of now is West Brom on Saturday and the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, obviously starting on the weekend is a big game. Sort of the interest is really there, I think, because of last season as well, and what we did achieve and what we nearly achieved by getting to the final. And we're not overly far from that stage again this season, but we've got obviously a real big test on the weekend. And yeah, like I say, not that it wasn't the focus before, but obviously after today now, it's all done. People will stop asking questions, and it'll be out there as sort of public information. And it is a big game on Saturday. It's one that we want to continue in the cup. There'll be a big atmosphere here, and we want to get into the next round. And obviously, before you know it, then we'll be back for Tuesday evening. So in this league, the games are thick and fast, and hopefully we can carry on and build on what we've done in the last couple of games in terms of clean sheets, and it'll be a good day on Saturday.